Hello, I am an architect and I am a very dangerous person. Unlike James Bond, I don't carry a license to kill. I carry a license to build. And I don't carry a gun. I carry a pencil, a far more dangerous weapon than a gun if you think about it. Architects, we have the enormous responsibility of designing spaces for you, spaces that work. I decide where you're going to be eating with your family, where you're going to be playing with your children, where you're going to sleep. It's a big responsibility. If I don't use this tool properly, it could be a weapon of mass destruction. I could disrupt your life. We live in one planet. We only have one. We all share it. And as we know, we all heard about climate change. We all heard about global warming. It is a planet that is a bubble. We are already damaging it. It is damaged. We need to protect it. We need to cherish what we have. We can all read in newspapers how we are actually looking to live in other planets right now. Come on, I just bought a house in Beijing. Don't get me out of here. It's great that we have technology, but let's stay here a bit longer. Let's protect what we have. This is an image that is happening right now as I do this speech. Carbon emissions have increased by 90% in the last 100 years. Natural disasters have multiplied by 10 in the last 40 years. What are we doing? We also study the environment. We will build huts away from when the wind is coming, so actually our doors will always be accessible. We were thinking. We actually invented the first air conditioning system. The Arabs did. They actually will build their houses on top of water, so the lower hot air that comes, they will actually bring it down. It will get cooled down, and then it will come up into our houses to keep our houses cool. Free air conditioning, just by thinking differently, just by using nature, just by actually using our brains. We use what I call the free elements very cleverly. We use the sun, it's free. We use the wind, it's free. We use the heat, dig a hole, go 30 meters down. Use that free heat that comes from the earth and heat your homes. Use the water, recycle it, rains every day. Recycle it, reuse it. Now we have great technology, amazing technology, but is this amount of technology actually making us stop thinking about what is simple to do, simple solutions? This is one of the buildings that my client showed me. He came to me and he said, David, I'm going to build this building in Beijing. What do you think about it? And I said, well, what is south? He said, well, south is just there. He's looking at the facade, it's great. I said, well, what do you think? I said, well, this is a glass building. You're going to fry there. You're also going to freeze there. Your electricity bill is going to go up the roof. It's not really a sustainable building. What are you really building here? I said, well, okay, David, fine. Okay. You go and design it. Come on, do something. Think about something different. Okay, go ahead. So he gave me the commission. He actually said, okay, go and design something else. This is the first sketch that I show my client. I said, well, here, the first image, here is what you have, a glass building. Glass floor to ceiling, transparency, fantastic. You can see the whole city, but not very sustainable, is it? And then I show him the other sketch, and I say, well, what if, by learning from the past, what if we actually make half your facade solid and the other half of the facade transparent? Therefore, the building will really work very well in winter. It will keep us warm. And also, the building will work very well in summer. It will keep us cool. It's kind of half and half. We are compromising between summer and winter. It works well. He said, well, okay, well, the main thing, David, is please make sure that the building actually has enough daylight so my workers can work properly. I said, of course. This is the building that we propose. We are building it right now. It's about 2 months away from being finished. What I proposed was a building that instead of so much glass, I took it all out. 50% out. And on the other 50%, I actually put stone. So the building will be almost like a coat. You will feel warm in it. You will actually feel, you could actually work properly. Also, the solid elements that are on the facade, they were very carefully designed so they will follow the sun path. So again, no glare. You will be able to live and to work in the offices very well. Also, on some of the solid parts of the facade, we put solar panels. So we could actually, going back to getting something for free, we can get energy for free from the sun. Here is a building almost finished. Solar panels are waiting to come. We are actually, during construction, we are actually going to get energy while we build our building. It's going to be a building that is going to produce less CO2 than any other building in Beijing right now. Just by doing something so simple as actually going 50% glass, 50% solid. A simple solution. The United Nations predict that by 2050, the world population will be about 9.6 billion people. I can just imagine Carrie from Sex and the City being in her living room and actually writing, here I am, drinking a tomato juice that I just squeezed from the tomatoes that I actually grew myself outside on my vertical facade. I took the tomatoes, cleaned it up, and actually I squeezed it into a low-calorie, super diet, super nice tomato juice. And I couldn't help but wonder, is growing food on our facades the future of our cities? Is it going to fix the problem of lack of food? Is it going to fix the problem of lack of jobs on our city? Now, as you know, Carrie never answers her questions. But I'm going to answer the question for you. Yes, it can. Yes, we can actually grow food on our facades. We can actually create a sustainable world. Very simply. Let's put this into perspective. A 30-story farm, let's say a 30-story building that will fit, let's say, into a normal office, into a city block. It could fit 50,000 people per year. 50,000 people, just by being 30 stories high. That's a lot of people. What if that building, being an office, being a residential building, doesn't matter. What if that building was 50% solid and we could actually farm on that 50%? How much food could we actually bring to our city? Vertical farming actually does exist. I'm not talking of like something from the future. We are doing vertical farming, but we are doing it in a different way than what we should be doing really. We are doing it inside of sheds, just to save a little penny, you know, instead of actually renting big farmlands outside the cities, which cost us money. We are actually farming vertically in small sheds, so we can actually save money on rent. Now, could we take that farm, that vertical farm, and bring it into the city? This is an image of one of my projects in London. Now, this project, this tower, follows every single example that I've been talking about. It's 50% glass, it's 50% solid, it's a very sustainable building, it produces very low carbon emissions, and it's actually giving jobs to people. And it's actually, as well as living there, it's giving food to the world. Shouldn't we have more of this? Shouldn't our buildings of the future be tall next to transport hubs and actually help our world to become sustainable so we can live here much longer? We don't communicate much, do we? We live in a world when we don't communicate. This is a picture of some of my employees where, you know, we are used to having mobile phones. We just don't talk to each other, you know. Here they are waiting for their food. Poor Ray. He lost his phone, so he's bored. Nothing to do, you know. We forgot to talk to each other. Now, vertical farming could also fix that problem. You could actually grow tomatoes on the first floor. And then you could go to somebody that lives on the 13th floor and actually exchange the tomatoes for lettuce or for any other fruit and veg that he's actually growing. It could actually bring back the way that we used to be. Trading, talking, communicating. Forget that little machine that we all love. Share, talk. Let's be humans. I'm not talking about turning our world upside down. Not really. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is invented. There is a lot of technology that we already have. All I'm saying is that we need to use it properly. We need to use it in the right way so we can actually have and build a better future. I always tell my clients one big sentence, which is sustainable architecture doesn't have to be more expensive than any other traditional architecture. It doesn't. You don't need to use every single product that they sell us to be sustainable. You don't have to buy all the solar panels, all the wind towers, everything that is around. Just buy one or two. The rest is just take your buildings, orient them properly following the sun path, orient them properly following the main winds that come to you. Make them half solid, half glass. That's a lot of it already. That's very sustainable already. Use the free elements that the planet is giving you. Please, all of us, the audience, architects, designers, government, all of us together, let's be sustainable. We can stay on this world for much longer. We can make it together. I seize the day when that can happen. Carpe diem.